Non-duality, it's a direct engagement with your experience because, as I say, it's a experiential understanding and realization. So the way that you can start is that you have to explore your experience, not from a conceptual layer, not from an interpretation, but a direct and concrete engagement with experience moment to moment. You have to constantly remind yourself that it's not something that I will find tomorrow, and it's not something that I have lost a long time ago. It is here and now. It is the very experience that is appearing right here, right now. What is here and what is now, and that's really very important to understand. That is not a game of thought. I'm going to play with my thoughts. I'm going to arrange my beliefs. No, it's about really focusing on I'm present and there's experience. At the beginning, it doesn't seem like much, but how to apply this in your everyday life? It's in your everyday life that you go to work, you are with your family, with your friends, you are at home, you have challenge, you have whatever life is throwing at you, or in whatever situation you are, you can always check, I am present. I'm here and now, and I'm present. And feel that this presence, this texture of being present, is always the same, no matter what situation you seem to be in. This experience of being present is exactly the same as if you are with your family, or you are in a retreat, or you are in meditation, or you are doing sport. I'm present. I'm present. So start to be interested in the texture of presence. Presence have a very, very specific texture. You cannot describe it. You cannot talk about it. You cannot pin down precisely what it is. But nevertheless, it's an actual fact that I know that I'm present because I'm present. And that's a fact. So start to be interesting. It is direct engagement with the experience. It is what I call often sensitivity, to be sensitive to your presence and see that this present is always the same, no matter what's happening. And this will give you a door first to kind of, you will see that there is a huge relief because you see that you're not really engaged with the situation. And secondly, you will start to understand that this is a direct exploration of your experience. So you will start to move from conceptual understanding, which is talking about what is right, what is wrong, what is non-duality, what is this, which is only talk and words, it's meaningless, to what is actually meaningful and where the juice is, which is in your experience and in your own discovery, the presence. And then you can do the same, which is require more sensitivity to see that experience itself, the texture of experience, is always the same. Doesn't matter what seems to be happening, the texture of experience is always the same. And that's where the image of the TV screen can be supported. When you turn on the TV, you are experiencing sounds and light blinking on the blinking on the screen. And there is interpretation, there is thought. So it doesn't matter what movie it is, if it's a romantic movie, a science fiction, a horror movie, or a thriller. Those are different movies which correspond to the different type of experience that you may be having, yes. But at the core, it's the same, it's experiencing. Just as if it is a romance, a science fiction, a horror movie, or a thriller, what you're actually experiencing is not a horror movie. You're experiencing sounds, blinking lights, and an interpretation of it. And is learning to have the sensitivity to not be hypnotized by the content of the movie, but start to perceive the TV screen and the sound. And when you start to perceive this, you start to enter the direct path or direct engagement with the experience as it actually is. When you engage with the experience through the layers of concept, you will enter into interpretation. That is the horror movie. That is the romance. That is the movie. When you enter with direct engagement, you are entering with I'm perceiving light, I'm hearing sound, and my mind is producing, manufacturing interpretations. So learning to be sensitive and learning to disengage yourself from the layer of concepts and entering into the layer of sensitivity and direct engagement with your experience. Let me know if this makes sense for you and if you can apply it in your day-to-day life. I would be very interested in knowing that. And if you have any question, I'm here and very happily I can answer on a few questions if I can. Bye.